Shalom. I'm going to introduce you to Flippity.net. This is a website where you can use Google Docs to create all sorts of games for your students. So this is the Flippity.net website, and if we scroll down we can see the types of games we can make. Flashcards, quiz show, spinners, they call it random name picker, randomizer, so you've got a lot of options here. If you want to see what something is, you simply have to click on the demo, and then it'll show you an example of that game. So here, this is bingo. The first thing we see is the list of terms. In this case, the list on the left are the words that they're going to put into the bingo. The list on the right are the call words. So you can call out, in this case, Alabama, and then they put their little token on Alabama, or in order to use it for more educational purposes, you can call a different word and then they have to put the mark on the associated word. So here we can go to print, and then you can print the boards if you were doing this in person, or you can go to play. Now, in order to play, and here's if you want to put a free space, you need to copy this link and send it to all of your students, or if you're doing something with QR codes, if they have iPads, they could take a quick shot of this QR code, then they will get a random bingo board. But I'm going to put the link in right here so that we can see what this bingo board looks like, and every student's board will be different. So here is this board, and then this teacher will call out and the students will have this on their screen, and when they have the word they simply click on it, and now it's like they put a token on there. If they mess up, they can click again and that will remove the token. So students will either need a separate device or they need to be able to split their screen in order to see you in Zoom and also the bingo board. Now, how do we create these activities? So I'm going to go back to Flippity.net. When you find the activity you want, you can click on instructions, and that will give you guidance on how to get started. It really walks you through. You just have to read the instructions step by step. Some are a little more difficult than others. Several of them are very basic, bingo being one of them. So the first step is to make a copy of this template. Simply click on the link. I'm already logged into Google. You have to be logged into Google in order to use the Google Docs. Click Make a Copy. And here we go. I'm going to delete all of these words from the example. You need at least 25 words to make a bingo board. You know, you could have 50 words, and then week 5, you know these 25, and you're going to use your bingo board, you know, with those 25. After several more weeks, they've learned an additional 25 words. This doesn't have to just be words, though. So let's do a couple with words, just as an example. So perhaps we have Rosh Hashanah as the term, and maybe the thing you're going to call out is food that we have on Rosh Hashanah, or symbols that we have for Rosh Hashanah. So we could say shofar. Which holiday do we use a shofar? Rosh Hashanah. You can ask, you know, which holiday do we eat matzah? Pesach. And so on and so forth. You can also bring in pictures, freeimages.com. Then you know you're using them legally. There's no ethical question whether you can use these pictures. Okay, and we can say, we could put matzah again. The top images related to images from iStock, those are paid. Now we can scroll down, and here are the free ones. Here's some shmura matzah. So we could get the link by right-clicking on the picture and copy link address. Then we go back here, oops, and we put the link right in the terms area. So look at the link. You see how it ends in .jpg? That means it's a JPEG. That means it's a picture. .png is another ending that it could have. .gif. Anyway, so those are the types of links. If your link doesn't work, if you see that there's a problem later, when you look at that link, you'll know whether or not it was really a picture if it says either .jpg, .gif, .png, one of those are the more popular. So that could be your issue. If you were to come here and you take this link, that does not say .jpg or .gif. That is the link to this page, not the link to the picture. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. So we would need to have 25 items here. So here I could say Passover food, and then now there would be a picture associated with it. So I'm going to take these terms and I'm going to add them to a bingo board that I've already finished. These are Hebrew roots from Sifatai Tiftach Book 2 and their meanings. So if I were to use this, it would be at the end of this school year, or at least the end of the semester, you know, whenever we've gone through all 26 of these. Whenever we've gone through all 26 of these roots. That would be kind of a summative activity. Okay, I'm just adding these to the bottom just as an example so we could see what it will look like. So File, we're going to publish to the web. Remember, all these instructions are in that document that I showed you in the beginning. I'll show you one more time. Copy this template, put in your terms and your alt terms, file, publish to the web, click publish. So that's what I just did. Next, we're going to get our Flippity link. So here are the terms. Whoops. So I hit publish. And now I can get the Flippity link here. So this is my link. I'm going to Control C to copy it. Open up a tab here. Control V to paste. Command C for copy in a Mac, and Command V as in Victor to paste in a Mac. So here are all of my terms, and you can see the last couple are the ones I just added. One has a picture, Passover food, and the rest of these, oops, I guess this crosses them out. Okay, so I'm not going to use those 3 or 4. And let's hit play. I know that they only need 25 words, so I want to make sure that the examples are going to be there for you to see. So I pasted the link that I just got here. If your students have QR code readers, they could use the QR code like we were looking at in the example in order to access their bingo board. And here we go. Here's the bingo board, and here are a couple of those options that I had created that we added onto this board. So if someone called out Passover food, we know we could click right there. If someone calls out shofar, what holiday do we use a shofar on? We could click right there. So that's how we could create a game using Flippity and Google Docs. Like I said, if you want a different game, just simply go to flippity.net, click on instructions for that, and follow those instructions. Again, here's a simple one, not very different than what we just did. Make a copy of the template, edit the names, and hit publish, and then get your link.